Hello there everyone! This is Robot Lord Ion Mark III, welcoming you back to Codex of Victory, where I still stand in my disappointing robot chassis behind my great throne. However, in this I must admit to one small failing. I was taking the time to rebuild and re-equip my forces, but forgot to account for travel time to my target. As a result, my punitive strike against the forces that dare to oppose me will arrive in 21 hours 42 minutes. But the attack only has 1 day 13 hours left, so that will be a good 13 hours for the war itself. I am forced to pray that this objective will give me more time in dealing with other areas on my target planet. Because I am, of course, perfect and planned all of this in advance. Me? Perfect? What the hell? Anyway, yeah, welcome back. As you can see, I've expanded and upgraded a little bit. Where I had 3 bays, I now have 4, which is actually one of the big reasons for that big delay in getting things sorted out and why so much time has elapsed in between videos. 3 days here. Now, admittedly, I spent 5 days preparing last time, but I had a lot more time to, actually get to the objective and stuff like that, and it'd be much quicker travel time, not 21 hours. That 21 hours is actually on a whim. It was like, actually, this is on a different planet. Maybe I should have a look and see how long it'll take me to get there. And it was luckily with a good 13.5 hours left on the clock. So, yeah, that was pretty close to that. If I'd waited too much longer, I wouldn't have been able to actually make it, and I would have lost the game, most likely. But anyway. Yeah, as you can see, I've got a laboratory up. I've got the extra level 2 hangar out. I've been doing some more upgrades in general. So I've been pushing some upgrades out of my turrets, and my jeeps are now pretty darn nice overall. Resources are short in terms of metal, so that's why I've been struggling to completely fill my cap. Plus I scrapped my helicopters and things, because, no atmosphere, flyers won't work. So, yeah. Also, I discovered I was correct about these resource gathering systems, because if I go here and click on the foundry, not enough mines. Will not produce resources until you secure additional mines. Do you wish to continue construction? Not right now, because I need my money for other things, but yeah, I was right that you need 1 mine per thing. Also, I built this. The uranium factory. It says it's a factory, but that looks kind of like some kind of power core to me, to be quite honest. That central bit. Either that or it's just spraying toxic goop around in the middle of the room, and it's like, better not go in here because you're going to actually get radiation poisoning, so I don't know about that. It's a cool looking design, but it's not exactly a practical design, if you catch my drift. But anyway, let's get the things moving so we can get into the fight for this particular match. That factory's done. I'm producing extra jeeps right now because that's all I can really afford to. No, I can't even afford to do that. I'm still 92 out of 100. Oh dear. Also, something else I should mention. This robotic chassis here is my old one, but I have actually found out I do have a new one. So, we're going to the workshop here. Look at this thing. It's been upgraded. I've got this big beefy shield, a Gundam-style head with a winged helmet on it, and a bigger rifle, it seems. I've got 5 attack, 2 range, so that's the range is the same, the attack's higher, my durability is higher. My move is about the same, but I actually have protection as stock, so I automatically take 1 less damage from incoming shots if that's how protection works. I think it is. And my knight has also gained a Scorpion version damage aura boost, so this thing will also boost nearby friendly units. So, yeah. I might be more tempted to deploy this thing, but there's still the fact that if I lose my avatar on the battlefield, I lose the game. At least according to the early text in the matches, so that's still a major negative point. If I send this thing out and lose it, I are dead. Game over. As far as I know. Which sucks. Otherwise I would actually be using the knights a lot more. Anyway, let's see. I've upgraded my attack vehicle slightly. I've sacrificed a hit point for an additional point of damage using the custom weapon Mark 1. So it's slightly less tanky, but it can hit harder. And all that kind of stuff. It has a 10% crit chance now. I've got 11 tanks, 4 turrets, 5 artillery pieces. These will all go splat very quickly, no doubt. And the Scorpion and Lord, of course. I actually built a couple of target drones, and then I remembered, oh yeah, there's no atmosphere, can't use them. So, can't be helped after all. Let's get an extra artillery piece out here. 97. And then I'm just wanting jeeps for the rest of it. I should be able to get this done before I arrive, so yeah. I'm just waiting on metal. Come on, you sweet metal. Thank you. Get a couple of attack jeeps out. And there we go, 100 total army. And it's a purely land-based army. Let's go ahead and install an additional upgrade for the turrets. Plus 2 hit points. That sounds good. Because if I get this up to level 4, I get extra range. So that'll be quite nice. Anyway, to the map. I'm almost there. Ta-da! Here we go! Important key mission. Destroy the augment hacker units that is in control of the communication center and enemy battle units. So, up against a crab tank. Oh, that looks nice. Can capture control of any pilotless units. That means virtually any unit except the Lord's battle armor. So that thing can take over my units. Lovely. Also, gun turrets and artillery. So a small selection of units, but that augment hacker is actually kind of nasty. Looks pretty cool though. Like some kind of robotic squid octopus thingy. Anyway, mission briefing. The enemy has gained control of the communication center on Elonia. We have to find the source of the attack and regain control of the center from the foul Xeno heretics. Because that is what we must do. Yes! Oh, it always kind of hurts when I do that. The landing zone must be far enough from the battlefield to prevent the dropship from being hacked. So we've got a distance to travel. Lovely. In we go. To the moon. Look at that robotic tank there. I do like that thing, though that's not actually a gun, that's a flamethrower of some sort, I think. This picture is not accurate. Okay, right, let's see. Oh! I've got 3 drop zones, apparently. 3 drop zones. Blinky lights going over that way. Don't know what that means, but there's lots of enemy turrets. Their artillery is actually... Uh-oh. 5 attack range. Their artillery matches my attack range, but they've got twice as much health. My artillery hits harder, though. My artillery still hits hard enough to kill their artillery in a single strike. But that's not good. Right. Okay. Let's see. That's the hacker. I can't look at his stats right now, but 15 health, so not that tough. And that's actually a floating unit, some kind of anti-grav, I suspect, since, you know, no air. Lots of turrets around the place, though. Which way do I want to go? I want to see what the range on their turrets is, thank you. Actually, I think I'm going to primarily come in from the north. I'll deploy there, move down through this area to get to this bit. So, actually, no. I can't go through that way, it doesn't look like. So, I would have to go through here, which would trigger all of these stuff. So, I think a western approach is actually best. I could knock out this section here, and then I'd be straight onto the hacker without dealing with these guys. So, that might be a thing. But, yeah, I think mostly from this direction is going to be working best for me. Right, let's get the artillery pieces out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my artillery can hit from here. If I put one there, that one could hit that one, and another artillery there. Check. Scorpion in the middle. Tank, tank. Oops, no, those are jeeps, not tanks. Damn it. How did I make that mistake? Okay, tank, tank. So I've got a primary battle force right here, all set up and good to go. I could deploy some jeeps from another direction, but they'd have to get past the turrets. That's the problem. The artillery is required to deal with the turrets. Because the jeeps and stuff, they aren't tough enough to deal with the turrets quickly, and the turrets would counter-attack and damage the jeeps, which can't heal, so I have to deploy heavier units. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Ready. located only one augment unit, a hacker who controls the data node and all enemy battle units. We just have to get rid of the hacker to regain control of the communication facility. Hacker is guarded with well-equipped artillery. Yeah, I know the artillery is actually really tough. That's why I've got my artillery here boosted by the Scorpion. And wait, what? No helicopters, right? But I noticed that suddenly I can't deploy additional units. Bugger. That's a problem. Okay, right. Apparently I can't deploy reinforcements, so I need the tanks front and centre. First off, let's deal with these turrets here. Dead zone, dead zone. You can attack here. So that was a bit of a foul up getting that stuff out there. You can attack... Right. Get a tank over to here. Back that jeep off a little bit to... Wait, where can you get to? You can't get anywhere near me. Okay, there. That tank goes there. Okay, this area is well protected. The artillery can't hit me this turn. That's fine. Come on. Hello. Oh! Bugger. There goes an artillery piece. Fuck. That apparently is a road. I didn't realise. But he's so close I can just whack him, so that's fine. Should I use my artillery strike for this? I should, because I can't actually do anything about... They're safe, so move that there. Just kill it. Dead zone. Okay. There, the tank might draw the attention of that artillery. And that artillery plus that could kill that, so that's a bad idea. But, I can sacrifice the jeep. See if that acts as a bit of a lure to draw the opponents in. It sucks that I've already lost an artillery piece. I always lose my artillery. Oh, turret. Right. Oh, here comes the artillery. Okay, you've killed that. Congrats. Isn't it a good day on this remarkable satellite? Let me introduce myself. I am Prion, speaking on behalf of the Augment race. So, we've got cybernetics, right? I urge you to surrender your planets to prevent unnecessary deaths. Your Lordship is the first time Augments have entered negotiations. We have to notify the Chancellor. So they're never negotiating. Well, apparently their turrets actually have some decent range, so let's see. Yeah, they've got range 4 on them. Right, I wasn't aware of that. Good to know. Let's have a look at the hacker, actually. What have you got? EMP. Stun. Can't move or use actions. Duration 5, so it's got a long-term EMP effect. At a range of 3. And it can hack units for 5 turns at a range of 3. So, yeah, everything about this unit is 3 range. So if that moves into 3 range, it can cause some nasty stuff. So I think bait it with my remaining jeep would probably be the best course of action. What I need to do, however, is be aware of this, pull this jeep back slightly, and then pull that tank back slightly as well, and see if that artillery will keep pushing, because it can hit my tanks. Yep, here it comes. Sucker. Sucker! Because you are now practically in counter battery range, so you suck. Well, the AI on this seems to be quite easily baited out of position. Right, I want you to move as far as you can to try and engage my unit, so there is fine. Well, let's move that there. And you can... Oh, you can actually hit that tank, can't you? That might be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can hit that tank for sure. Whoops. I might not lose that tank, but it depends if that crab tank gets involved. If the crab tank moves in, it will, but I don't think the crab tank can hit that far. Okay, yep, that's fine. Be alert, your lordship. The hacker needs to take control of any tech without a human pilot. Yep, I already noticed that warning, thank you. Right. So yeah, they can't deal with me. I need to move that tank there. Then if I move this this artillery 1 forward, I can knock out their artillery. Dacker. Okay, victory. This is really simple, actually. I may not have much forces, and I've lost some to just sheer stupidity, but That's just me. That is literally just what I do, isn't it? I'd be very stupid. Right, I need to knock out the artillery in a single strike. So, sorry, the turret. There we go, and they're safe from that crab. Let's draw in the crab next. So, there we go. This is actually really nice. It's a small mobile force against lots and lots of enemy stuff. Humans just as you are. I'm growing as a human in the primal form to show you that we are aware of all the sufferings of your organic bodies. Why should anyone suffer like this? Oh, so Augments are a race of machines. I see. It's the singularity, isn't it? That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Okay, I can smash that and the turret this turn as well, because I can advance that, so... Yep, there we go. And then I need to move one forward to hit the artillery mine. Sorry, the turret. Oh, bugger. Well, that jeep's going to take a hit. I forgot to move the Scorpion. That's the problem. Oh well. As long as that jeep lives, that's fine. Why should anyone die who can live forever? Why stay in primal bodies, able to live only in an Earth-like environment, when the universe is so big and wonderful? That kind of mirrors my own thoughts on transhumanism, actually, so... in some ways, at least. My thoughts on transhumanism are, like, embracing the digital medium is a great, great way to go about it. But, with a caveat. And the caveat is that I do not want to give up what it is that makes us human, because that becomes a serious issue. What makes us human? Is there anything in reach? So that's fine. Move over this way. I'm not baiting it just yet. But let's move you there. Move the jeep down here. Okay. So I've got this little core of units here ready. And then I'm going to dangle my jeep as bait to see if this thing will wander in and mind control it. Because if I put that there, I can very easily deal with it and sacrifice it if need be. But since it's there, only that can move and attack it this turn. That can't. So I'm going to see how that works. Yeah. Okay. Being able to see what they can do is great. But yeah, my thought is, sure, embrace the digital, that'd be great. Being immortal is great, but we got to keep in touch with the human form and embrace the experience of being human, both for realistic purposes, because, you know, because otherwise we'll probably forget what it's like to be human, and because of, well, I think purely digital society, things like that, and modelling, stuff like that, is a good example, because it shows if you forget what it's like to be a human, and we are geared towards having human forms, then we should... Oh, here it comes. Oh dear, oh dear. We suffer with you when we see millions of unnecessary deaths of your subjects and planets of the kingdom. We must help. Yeah, that's the other caveat, actually. I mean, sure, that is what I want in terms of transhumanism, but I do not wish to force it on everyone else, because it must be a personal choice, not you must do this, because that is the worst possible way to go. Okay. Now then, let's check you out again. Cooldown 2 turns, so you can't mind control me anymore. That's fine. And you've only got your EMP left, which will stun one of my other units. That's also fine. Moving into engage. He's in the way, so that tank can't get close enough to deal with me. So I can actually move my units up very, very close. If it wasn't for my... Yeah, there we go. Killed the controlled units, and I can move up here so it shouldn't provoke that. I'll move the one that's just fired over here. So yeah, that is my view as far as transhuman evolution goes. And I really hope it happens, because I want to enjoy it, but I know that it's also kind of... we have a lot to do. There we go. It's already down to 3 hit points. Enter. Regenerates 2, don't care. It did a standard attack, my artillery is dead. But I have more than enough firepower left to just knock it straight out. Ta-da! Congratulations on your victory! Now we can restore communications and find out what is really going on in our star system. By the way, could you bring me the remains of this augment? I will try to learn something useful about it. Sure! That sounds like a wonderful plan. Something's going to go wrong with this, I'm quite sure. Lots and lots of money, some resources. Ooh, my first crab tank. Sweet. Seriously, walking tank. And again, yeah, I'm working on building one of these. That's my only from the depths content really. I'm working on building something like this, and I think I've got something like this working actually. That's the best part about it. Anyway, modular engine, destroyed hacker, used for special projects and for advanced module production. Oh, so I'll probably get more of these, I'm assuming. Level 2 blueprint factories. I can build my own attack helicopters, and I can build a locator room. What? Sure. Okay. I don't know what any of that does, but that was actually a reasonably short battle, and a specialist forces kind of thing. Mark 3. Contact with most of the science and mining facilities in Alonia has been restored. We have started to get supplies from them. Excellent. Receiving strategy data from all the colonies, so it looks like we are doing not so well. That's actually backwards. We are not doing so well. We've missed the moment when we could have stopped the augments in space. Now they are landing. Yeah, that figures. The presence of augment motherships is confirmed on all 3 planets. The last ship landed on Scythia, so it should be the most vulnerable. Planet Kalai looks completely occupied by augment forces. We need to counterattack as soon as possible before they get a strong foothold there. Okay. And apparently our ship pilot knows Kalai, I think, yeah. Very well, it's its home planet. Well, that's convenient. Sandstorms are frequent, and no place where they're nearly constant. Land our ship there without too much risk. Sure, landing in a sandstorm sounds like a great idea. But luckily, though, 2 metal mines. That is great, actually. Let's check the system out. I've got 2 primary missions. There's my base, and there's an enemy base on that planet as well. So I think I need to go back home and deal with that. But that was all one mission, apparently. Over here, we have... Oh, great, that's a timer as well. If I send my unit, it'll take 21 hours. Okay, so it's just generally 21 hours. And that's just flat out land and make sure before something happens. Over here, though, we have... Oh, they've taken over somewhere else. Lovely. And this place doesn't have a timer, actually. So that means that one will be okay. Had enough time to get a foothold on the planet, and we're not going to miss the opportunity. Their mothership must be destroyed, but there's no countdown on it. The countdown is moving on to the 3rd planet. Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. That's all fine. And I can also deal with my main limiting factor in a lot of my work here, which is actually the lack of metal. Unfortunately, I don't have rooms dug to deal with it all, so I need to start digging out some more stuff. I've also got... I haven't managed to build a storage yet to contain modules and resources because I've been spending all my resources getting stuff built. Can't build one of those, can't build one of those. I would love more tactical centres, but I can't build them. I only got 1 lab. I could build an extra research centre, but I've more or less maxed out a lot of stuff actually until I can get a level 2. And I don't think I unlocked that just yet. Yeah. So my main units have already been maxed out, more or less. So destroy and Digzo and a locator room. Precisely locate the enemy battleships. Apparently I need 10 hacker modules for that. What? That's lovely. I need flipping 10 hacker modules. Well, that tells me what I'm going to be doing, doesn't it? I'm going to be risking losing units all over the place. Risk metal and circuits for the greater good. Sheesh. Can't do anything there, that's fine. Workshop, let's see. The only thing I've got to do here is to look at the crab tank, which I've just gained. It's it's the same price as the regular tank, actually. If it wasn't for the module, at least. It's got Yeah, the same hit points, I think. Because I think that's got a +2 hit point upgrade on it. But it's got more range and more attack. So yeah, the crab tank is more or less a flat upgrade from the tank in terms of basic stats. The question is, how much does it cost to build it? Oh wait, I can't build it. Darn. So that's my teaser unit, I'll get it soon. Okay, let's check the research on it. Research. Oops, no. Here we go, right. So, actually, yeah. Wait. The tank, as a base, has 1 extra hit point. And but this thing hits harder at longer range, for it being slightly more fragile. That's fine. Right. Plus 2 hit points, so that immediately reverses, and this becomes tougher as well as better in every way. Pretty much. Okay. Then it can move through forest without obstruction and gets an extra module slot earlier. So that's right. From there, it gets awards and better critical chance. Then it gains taunt, so it can make the enemies attack it. So do that. Extra module slot, extra attack, extra hit points. So this thing becomes... Well, the main tank becomes tougher overall, and it can... Yeah. In terms of sheer endurance, the main tank is better. It's your mainline, don't go past me kind of unit, which is actually what I've been using for, so that's great. Because it gets a lot more hit points, it gets a flat out protection boost, and regeneration and things like that. While this one seems to be more of a hunter-killer style thing. It doesn't get any extra range, but it can move through forests unhindered. It can negate an incoming attack. And it gets higher critical chance, and it can act as a decoy kind of lure thing as well, because it can taunt an enemy unit to hit it. But yeah, so this thing is more mobile in cluttered terrain. The basic tank is just flat out tougher once upgraded. So yeah, that's good actually. It shows I actually read the role of this tank quite nicely. Even if I wasn't checking all the units, because I don't have them all. Which is sad, but yeah. It seems the walkers in general just get access to forest walking. Yeah, the walkers just get better in uneven terrain. While the basic stuff is more powerful in open terrain environments, but they can't maneuver as well when the terrain gets difficult. So yeah, that's all good. Anyway! That's enough poking around in the research lab, because it is quite simply time to do stuff. And I already know what I'm going to do for the next video, because, as I said, it's roughly working out 1 battle per video. Next video, I am going to hit Herbert Dunes. I'm going to take a very short break to rebuild my resources again, because I lost a few units in there. Nope, not that much. But I still need a little bit of time to replace a couple of things, like I lost one of my main tanks, and I lost some artillery and stuff like that. So... Actually, cancel that. And get the artillery there. Got it all queued up. I've actually got some resources on hand, so that's great. But yeah. This has been Ion Mark III, the robotic lord of this solar system. His Eminence hopes you enjoyed the show and enjoyed watching the series, because he knows how silent you are in watching. He has received 0 comments on this series so far, apparently. So, yes. Anyway, thank you for watching, and he hopes to see you some other time, if you care to swing by. His residence always has cookies for the curious, and will gladly put you into the robotic testing facilities to make sure that his machines are fully capable in attacking unprotected humans. He means to observe the testing from a safe and completely secure position, of course. Yes. Yeah. See you all some other time.